How are you?
Good. How about you?
Happy it's Friday.
Oh yeah.
Hello? Hi?
Cody, you're at your dad's?
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, you checking the stock game. Most of us have made money. Only fourth, though. I'm doing horribly in the computer class. I'm ranked 15th. Anyway, how are you guys? Ready to finish Galaga? Galaga? So if you want to go to scratch.mit.edu, you've joined us, Max.
I've arrived.
I see that. Oh yeah, if you guys want to go to Scratch, and then you can click on your little folder up by your username at the upper right once you log in. That will take you to your stuff, which should include the project. Are you guys there? Are we ready to start? Why not, Tom?
Am I supposed to click see inside?
Yeah, that will take you to the editor.
Okay.
Someone just commented on one of my betas that not to be mean, but this is horrible. Now I feel bad.
Was that your Black Ops game?
No, it was my PewDiePie one, but it was like kind of a scam. It was like a clickbait, and then didn't work. So I see where he's coming.
Kind of like your Black Ops.
No, my Black Ops was actually good. There's like 9 different rooms.
Oh, really? I didn't realize added to it. I never finish my projects. I just start them and then I abandon them. It's a way to live life. We ready then? I have no notifications, so boo. Are you in Scratch, Brady?
Yeah. Bad news though. So I thought I was signed in. And so when I did sign in, all the work I had was lost, but I did take a picture of the work I did.
Now you're frozen. You froze after you said the work I did.
Oh, yeah, no. So what happened is it got rid of the work I did for some reason. And so I got to like backtrack.
You can rebuild it?
Yeah, I can. I took a picture of it.
All right. Well, I'm recording, so I'll post that. I think I posted last class's recording. So you can always follow along after the fact and get caught up. Is everybody else ready to start? All right, we're gonna make Galaga. I will share my screen. So yeah, if you just click See Inside, you can get into your projects and into the editor. We have added 5 sprites. We have the player's avatar. We have falling rocks. We have the enemy. We have weapons that you shoot and weapons that the enemy shoots. Does that all make sense? All right, so do we all have controls now? Like, can you guys move around when you hit the green flag? What do you mean no, Coda?
I kind of don't have anything.
Why not?
I wasn't here last time, so
Were you not?
no.
All right. Do you know how to make controls?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can just see I got a forever loop.
I'll copy it after I make the sprites.
Okay, yeah. Just if you press a key, change X or change Y. Hopefully you remember that. I chose the rocket and I went into the costume and I deleted the little fire trail on most of the things. This one seems to have like some little cloud here. I'm going to delete that. And then it's set up so that when I move, it kind of turns the ship. So it flips costume to the regular costume. But if I'm pressing a key, it flips it to one of the left or right costumes. I don't know if you guys had that. You can do that. You don't have to do that. So like if you have a sprite that doesn't have like a left and right thing, just skip the purple blocks that I put in.
What's the little green thing?
Bow tie. That's going to be what the enemy shoots at you.
Hey, Coda.
Yeah.
So I went to this, I forget what it's called, but it was this like photo place. It's like where they take pictures or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw a picture of your sister, and I was like, wait,
It's kind of creepy.
it was kind of creepy. I'm like, why do they have pictures of your sister in this place?
Yeah, where was it?
It was,
Is it in Dixon?
yeah, it was in Dixon.
Was it
Oh, is it by like the flower place?
Yeah, by the flower
Okay,
place.
yeah. That's weird.
It was kind of creeped out.
If you get pictures taken, they sometimes use your picture to show their work.
Pedophiles.
So you can see the kind of things that they can do.
They probably like paid her. They're like,
Can you
hey,
open up the rocket ship one?
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta start that.
It's just forever with some ifs. And then if key pressed, just change your coordinates. You don't have to do the purple box. I put in ORs so that I can do multiple keys, so I can use arrows or WASDA. Is that okay?
How do you make your background like that?
I clicked on the backdrop. You can also click here, choose a backdrop, and then just look for stars. It's titled stars.
Oh no, I meant like expanded. Like why are all the images small and everything?
Oh, you have, maybe this is what you mean. You have the ability to increase the size of your preview area or to decrease it if you need like more room to work. Is that what you're saying?
No, I meant like the sprites are all kind of like smaller than.
Yeah, I clicked on them and then I just changed the sizes. So instead of 100%, I changed them to things so that I have more room to move around.
Okay.
So just whatever feels good to you. You can always preview it, put it in full screen and see what it looks like. That looks pretty good to me. That gives me enough room to move around and dodge bullets and stuff.
Can we do like the smooth moving instead of just by 10? Or is that too hard?
This is the smooth moving.
By 10? I swear there's like an easier way to do it. Maybe.
No, if there's an easier way, but that's not smooth. If you do the events and you say like when something pressed and you put the change there, then it sticks. Like
Okay.
it's good for firing, but they're not so good for movement. This is better for movement. You guys ready? Okay. So the way this is going to work is your avatar is the only sprite that where we're actually going to use the sprite itself. So just to demonstrate, I'm going to click on the rocks, and you can do this too. And if you go to control and you scroll down to the very bottom of control, the orange blocks, you'll see a create clone of myself. If I just click that, you'll see it activates for a brief second. And then now if I move my rocks around, you'll see that I actually have 2 rocks. And if I click it again, I now have 3 rocks. So you're able to make copies of a sprite. There's one original, and then there are 2 clones. If I restart the project, if I click green flag, the clones go away. So those are kind of temporary. So the way this is going to work is that your rocket ship will be the only sprite that we use directly. All the other sprites, like the bad guys, the bullets, the rocks, all the other sprites, we're not going to use the sprite itself. We're going to make copies of them, clones, and we're going to make the clones have their own script. Does that make sense? So like you're not going to fire the original bullet. You're going to fire copies of the bullet. Bad guys aren't, the bad guy isn't going to come from the sky. Copies of the bad guy are going to come from the sky. So we're going to make clones. Now, you'll notice that like if I click the create clone of myself, I get a clone, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, so you have like different hat blocks. So in the events, when green flag clicked, I'm going to say, okay, so when green flag clicked, you can make it do something. So looks, I'm going to say, I could do whatever I wanted. I could change size to 100%. So when I click the green flag, boom, I got this big old rock, right? That only runs on the original rock. Because it has to be on the screen when I click the green flag in order to be triggered by that event. So only the original will do whatever's underneath this hat block. If you scroll down to the bottom of control, though, there's a special hat block that's only for clones. So when I start as a clone, what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to say forever. And then in looks, I'm going to say change color effect by 25. I'll actually change color effect by 2. So that will only run for clones. So if I go down and I click, I guess if I go to control and I say make a clone of myself, I'm going to make the clone. You see the big rock, but when I move it, you'll see there's another rock which is changing colors. That's the clone. Only the clone runs this script. The original does not. So that's just a demonstration of how that works. If I turn this up to like 25, you'll see I can speed up the color effect. That seems very slow. Oh, I guess I stopped it. Whoops. So if I make a clone, move it, you can kind of see it's kind of flashing. You could do brightness effect. That's a nice little effect. So it just turns bright white. You can do ghost effect where it turns transparent. So there's cool stuff you can do. That only happens for the clone though. So for the rock, what am I going to do? Well, I forget what size I had the rock at. I think it was like 60. Yeah, that looks good. The original rock, the main rock sprite that I have, I don't want to use it. So I'm going to have, when the green flag is clicked, I want it to go away. So I'm going to say in looks, I'm going to find the purple hide block, and I'm going to make him hide. So go ahead and do that. We're gonna actually hide the original rock, but we're gonna make clones of that rock periodically. And then whenever you make a rock, it'll just kind of fall, and that'll be a clone. So I'm going to take out the ghost effect with the clone. When the clone appears, we need to pick a random location. So I'm going to go to the motion drawer, and I'm going to choose go to with the XY coordinates. And I'm going to put that above the forever. So the first thing that happens when you make a clone is it's going to go to some location. The Y value, I'm going to make it like here, let's say. I don't know. About that ish. So that's about 152. So the Y value, you can see the coordinates here. As you move it around, it changes. So I'm going to say 152 for the Y coordinate with my rocket size 60. And the X coordinate can be anything from negative 195 to 195, I'm going to say. Or maybe just 190. Maybe I'll do 193. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to operators. That's the green drawer here. And I'm going to pick a random number. I'm going to put that, remember you have to use the upper left-hand corner of this block. I'm going to put it into the X socket. So now the clones will go from negative 193 to positive 193. It could go anywhere in there. So now when I go to the control drawer and I make clones, if I click it, boop, 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 it could go anywhere along the top of the screen. The clones will go anywhere along the top of the screen. The Y coordinate's set, but the X coordinate is random.
We have a question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can probably catch up to you,
Mm-hmm.
but sorry. Can I share my screen real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
'Cause I think I've got it.
While Brady's asking a question, I got another question. It's
Okay.
like I hid my sprite and now I can't get it back.
Just click the show. Go to have the sprite selected. Go to the purple looks drawer. You'll see a show block. Just click it, and then it will pop back up.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you see it?
No, but it might. Oh, it's coming in now.
Okay.
Okay, I can see it.
So I think I have everything. I have this, this.
Looks good.
And is there any more I need to add?
No. The W should be changed Y by 10, and the S should be changed Y by negative 10. So right now you're having them affecting X.
Oh, okay. So go to here.
Yeah.
So this by 10,
Yep.
and then change this by negative 10, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
D should be right, so that should be change X by 10. It's S that's down, so that should be the top thing should be change Y by negative 10. Right, the down arrow should move you down,
Yeah.
not the right arrow.
Right arrow. Should
Well, no. Oh yeah, change that. Yeah, yeah.
So I could just change this to S, right?
Yeah, take this to S and then take the other one to down arrow.
Okay,
It's at the top, yeah.
there we go.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Does that look good now? Like,
-10. -10. Then it does look right.
all right, thank you.
Yep.
How do you make a clone?
You can come down to the bottom of the control drawer and just click create clone of myself. We're eventually going to, well, go ahead and pull that out into your rocks work area. We're going to use it in a second. The thing that should happen after you go to a random location with the clone is the clones will copy the properties of the original. So they're going to be hidden. So I'm going to go to looks and I'm going to pull out the show block. And right after they go to where they should start, they should show. So then now if I hit green flag and if I go to control drawer bottom, I can click the clone and that now they pop up.
That's just to tell her you're not presenting.
Oh, thank you. So what I added was in the purple looks drawer, I found the show and I put it right underneath the go to so that once it gets into position, it will reveal itself. I also pulled a create clone of myself out over here because I'm going to use it in just a second. Now, if I click it, it makes clones and they appear along the top and they become visible once they go there. And they'll go away if you restart the program. Is that good? In the forever, I am going to go to, I'm going to put a wait 1 second into the forever. I'm going to right click on the green pick random thing here, and I'm going to put that into the time. Yeah, Brady.
So how do you get this page?
What page?
Is this like
I think you froze again. I can't hear you.
so is this like an add-on to the previous coding?
I'm on the rock, so I'm building this in the rock sprite.
All right, thank you.
Yep. I put the wait in the forever, and I'm going to pick a random time from 1 second to, I don't know, 3 seconds maybe. And it's going to wait, and then it's going to create clones of itself. So if I just wait here, clones should start appearing at random times. Well, let me restart it. Oh, I'm sorry. That should go up into the regular sprite. So the regular sprite should generate clones of itself, and then the clones will go to a random location. See, that might be too quick. Let's do 3 seconds to 10 seconds. So you might have to wait a little while, and then a rock appears. And then you'll have to wait. Eventually another rock will appear. There you go. Does that make sense? All right. For the clones, I'm gonna, in the control drawer, I'm gonna do this one with the little diamond socket that says repeat until. So I'm gonna click that into underneath the show, and it's gonna repeat until either it touches the edge or it touches a bullet from the guy. Let's say I'm gonna go to sensing, and I'm gonna say touching, and I'm gonna make it say edge. So if it ever touches the edge, it'll stop. It won't only just stop, in control, I'm going to say, once you've stopped, delete this clone. So go away. But what it does until it touches the edge is it moves. It should change the y coordinate by negative 2, maybe negative 1. Now if I restart, the rock should fall. Do you have falling rocks? Is this working for you guys? All right. With my rock selected, I'm going to go to variables, and I'm going to click, I'm going to make a new variable. So go ahead and click on the orange variables drawer. Click make a variable. Now, the important thing that you need to do here is before you create the variable, click for this sprite only. That means if you do that, they won't all share the same quantity. Each clone will have their own version. And I'm going to call this hit points. So these rocks will have a strength. So it's going to take you a while to destroy them. But they each have to have their own version. So make sure you click for the sprite only. Then you create that sprite. You'll notice that this is just for the rocks. So it says rocks hit points. You can right click on this and hide it. If you double click it, you can get it like this. If you double click it again, you can get it as a slider. You can change the view of it. But I'm going to say hide variable hit points. You could also right click on it and say hide because I don't want to see that. I am going to set hit points though under the green flag thing. I'm going to set hit points to 5. So you got to shoot it 5 times in order to destroy the rock. The rock, in order to check to see if it's been hit, well, let me make sure you guys have that. Are you guys with me? Okay. Okay, a couple things. We want the rock to be able to delete itself, not only when it reaches the bottom, but also when it dies. So I'm going to pull out hit points. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go to the green operators drawer and choose OR. And I'm going to have it repeat until it's touching edge or something else. I'm going to put the equals in there. Actually, I'll do less than. I'll do less than. So if hit points is less than 1, then it's also going to die. It's also going to delete itself. So whether it's below 1 hit point or it's touching the edge, that will trigger it to stop falling and to delete itself. That'll break the loop. Then I need to make it detect whether or not it's being hit by the bullet. So I go to control and I need an if. And I'm going to put that underneath the change y by -1. And in sensing, I'm just going to say, are you touching ball? If I'm touching ball, I will go to variables and I will change hit points by -1. So that now makes the ball destructible. You'll have to hit it 5 times to destroy it. So next we should probably work on making it so that you can shoot. Are you guys caught up to me?
No, not yet. I'm almost there.
I'm a little behind, Mr. Sotelo. So like, how do I do the one thing you did where you like made it so it hits?
The edge or what?
Well, I got the edge, but then like the thing after that where you said like not all sprites.
Oh yeah, you make a variable in this variables drawer and then choose for each sprite or just for this sprite.
Where's the variable drawer?
Do you see underneath operators? So make a variable just for this sprite. I called it hit points. All right. Did you make it? All right. The ball, I'm going to make the ball shoot. So it's a lot like the rocks, only instead of starting at the top of the screen, it's going to appear where your rocket is, and then it's going to move up instead of down. So otherwise, it's very similar to the rock. So I'm going to go to the ball, and when green flag is clicked, I'm going to hide the ball. But when it starts as a clone, I will go to the rocket, show, and then repeat until touching edge. It'll move up. So I'm going to start with that. So events when green flag clicked, hide. When I start as a clone, go to rocket ship. Show. And then in control, repeat until, and sensing, touching edge. We're going to change Y by 10, I guess. And then we will, in control, delete this clone once it reaches the edge. So now all we need is in events, when I press the space key, I'm actually going to do this in the rocket ship. I'm not going to do it here in the ball. But once you have this, I go to the rocket ship and say when space key pressed, which is already there, make clone of ball. And then when you run the game, you can shoot. I can kill rocks. I hate rocks. So it's not 5 because the whole time it's touching the ball, it's killing the rock. So the ball needs to know to die once it hits a rock, so it doesn't just keep hitting the rock. See, and we should probably make it so that the rocks hurt your ship when you touch it, but we'll get there. So in the ball, I guess, I'm going to say if touching, this repeat until, I'm going to put an or in there again. So repeat until touching edge, and then I'll duplicate that, or touching rocks. So that should kill it. Hopefully that works. We'll see. Seems to be working.
Mr. Sotelo won't let me hide the hit points thing.
You should be able to just right click on it and hide it.
It says normal readout, large readout, slider, or change slider range.
All right, then click on the rocks. And if you click on the variables drawer, there should be a thing that says hide variable hit points. You can just click that and it'll go away. Or this little check mark by the hit points, you can uncheck it.
All right. I got it.
Good.
Hey, Mr. Stella,
Yeah.
could we go back to the last sprite real quick? I almost got it all.
The ball?
The rocks. I'm just almost done with that one.
Mr. Sotelo, after this, can you go back to the rocket ship?
Yep.
I want to take a picture.
I'll flip over real quick and then.
Yeah, I can take a picture too. Actually, that would be better.
This is it. You get that, Max?
Yeah, I got that one.
If you're not using the rocket ship, you can skip the purple box. You could skip the purple box anyway. You just want to be on this main rocket ship look. The only other block you have here is when you press space, it should make a clone of the ball. Because that's your bullet.
Okay,
That's how you fire.
perfect.
Let's just tell it your screen might be frozen because I haven't. Well, actually, I'm gonna reset the meet.
Can you guys not see falling rocks? Do you guys have falling rocks? Good. Can you shoot your rocks? Is everybody where I'm at?
Wait, could you scroll down just a tad, Mr. Sotelo?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are we good?
Oh, excuse.
What do you need, Tom? You good? You drinking something, Max?
Can you go to the second projectile, like the ball?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Are we good? All right, I'm going to go to the bird. You not ready, Tom? I want to try to get a little bit more done before we end. What are you looking for?
I have like 2 more things to put in. Give me like 2 seconds. I'm almost done.
Okay. Okay, all right. I'm going to click on the bird. We're going to do the same thing with the bird. Eventually, we're going to say, when green flag clicked, hide the bird. And then in control, when I start as a clone, do all this crazy stuff. But right now, I'm going to build it on the regular sprite, and I'll just move it over. I just want to see what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to go to forever. And then I'm going to wait. And then I'm going to, in looks, I'm going to say next costume. And I'm going to wait like 0.2 seconds maybe. So if I go ahead and click the green flag, my bird looks like this. Looks kind of stupid, but whatever. So that's going to be an animation, and it's on its own loop. There will be a separate animation which causes the bird to like move down towards you and to shoot bow ties. Are you guys able to get your bird flapping? If you have a different sprite, I mean, you could try this and see what other
I'm almost there.
what other animations you have. But mine flaps its wings. Let me see how high up this guy should go. So he should appear maybe around here, also 152. So I guess when I start as a clone, we're going to say, go. You know what? I'm just going to go to the rock. And I am basically going to duplicate all this stuff. So I guess first I'm going to go to the dove. And I'm going to go to variables. I'm going to make a variable. For this sprite only, I'm going to call it hit points. Just like I did with the rock. And again, for this sprite only. That way he has hit points. I guess you're right. So I have to just uncheck it here, so hide it. I'm going to stop the program. So make sure you stop it. And then what I'm going to do, once I know that the bird has hit points, the enemy has hit points, I'm going to go to the rock, and I'm going to copy these things over to the dove. The way you can do that is you can drag them so do you see where my mouse is? I have to have the mouse over the rock, and you'll see that the rock sort of jiggles. Like when you go on a sprite, it usually jiggles. So I'm going to let go when my mouse is over that picture, and that copies it. And I'm going to do the same with the other script. And I let go. Now when I go to the dove, I put this in the rock, didn't I? I want to put it in the dove. So I'm going to do that again, but for the dove. And you see it turns green momentarily. And then I'm going to click on the dove, and you see that it has those things here. I guess I don't need that one now. And I'm going to put this forever loop with the costume thing. I'm going to put that on the other when I start as a clone. So now I have the rock scripts. The one thing I want to kind of do is I want to make sure that this doesn't get confused and it thinks it's the rock hit points. So I'm just going to click the drop down arrow and I'm going to click hit points again. And just to make sure that it sets it, I'm going to do that here too. And then this hit points, I'm just going to pull it out just to make sure that it's not with the rock. And I'm going to pull the bird's hit points, and I'm going to put that in there. Otherwise, we are basically good. I mean, all the same scripts for the rock can handle the bird. I just have this other one that animates the bird. And honestly, I could animate the rock. I could rotate the rock. I could change it 90 degrees. I may do that. I'm gonna take this when I start as a clone thing, and I'm gonna put it in the rock, and I'll animate the rock in just a second. But this should now, I should now produce birds and rocks. The only difference is nothing right now, but eventually I do want the birds to shoot bow ties. But right now they're not going to do that. So I am going to hit run, and I should randomly get rocks and birds. Oh God. Oh, and I can't really, the bullets don't stop at the bird. So that means I can kill them more easily. Well, there we go. I guess, so I did that. I just copied the rock scripts. The rock, I'm going to click on the rock. And instead of saying switch costume, I'm going to pull out the next costume. And in motion, I'm going to say turn. And I'm going to say 90 degrees. So the rocks will periodically, I don't know if I like that. Maybe I'll do 0.5 or 0.4. I don't think I like that. I'm going to get rid of that. And then the bird, I'm going to duplicate its animation. And I'm going to say, wait for a random time. So I'm going to copy this time. And instead of 3 to 10 seconds, I'm going to wait 1 to, I'll say 2 to 5 seconds. And instead of next costume, I'm going to say in control, create clone of bow tie. The bow ties don't move yet though. So they're just going to like poop little bow ties every once in a while. And the bow ties won't move, but we can make them move. Oh, the clones are all appearing where the bow tie is. So they're all here, aren't they? So all you got to do is go to the ball. I'm going to copy both of those scripts into the bow tie. So I'm just going to drag them and release them over the bow tie. And then I can go to the bow tie and say, well, I want to change y by -10. Instead of rocks, it's going to be if touching rocket ship. And now they're all going to the rocket ship to start with. I'm going to detach this. So I'm going to drag show down. And instead of go to rocket ship, I'm going to go to specific coordinates. And so one thing that we're going to have to do, why is this like that? Okay, yeah. One thing we're going to have to do is when the bird decides to shoot, so instead of create clone of bow tie, we need to store the location of the bird in a variable. So I'm going to go to the variables. This is not just for the bird. So I'm going to click make variable. I'm going to do it for all sprites. And I'm just going to say BX for bow tie X coordinate. And then I'm going to make one for BY for the Y coordinate where the bow tie should go. And so when the bird is ready to shoot, so after it waits so many seconds, it's first going to set BX and BY. So I'm going to put two of those here, and I'm going to change one of them to BY to its own coordinates. So in motion, you can get those. If you just scroll down, it says X position and Y position. So it's going to save the position of the bird that's shooting. So just set BX to X position, set BY to Y position. Then it will create a clone. And then the clone will go to, in variables, BX, BY. So now if I restart it, the birds should actually shoot bow ties from their own location. Let's see. Yep. And it stops when it hits me. So I'm going to need to give myself hit points. And so now the birds bite back. So we're almost there. We just need hit points for ourselves. We need to be able to take damage. And we need the bullets to stop when they hit the birds. But we almost have a version of Galaga going. It seems to be a dove of peace with an olive branch, but it has not come in peace.
Why is it an enemy to the Galactic Republic?
Apparently. Space doves. Oh, Brady left again. Are you guys good? Are you guys able to follow?
I didn't mean to leave.
I know the doves are scary.
They never mentioned space birds in Star Wars.
Not yet.
Very true. I hope they bring in.
They have space
Space
worms.
Yeah, if they have a space worm, they've got to have a space bird. It's got to be bigger because it's got to eat the worm.
The early bird gets the worm, right?
Yeah.
That's a worm with teeth, though. Well, they have multiple worms. There's one that Boba Fett falls into, right? They actually.
Yeah, that's the Sarlacc pit.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The original graphics weren't as nice as they remade those graphics. It used to just be like a pit. Are you guys good? Awesome. So everybody's got evil doves of war.
My doves aren't showing up.
Did you have a show?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah. Let me try this again.
Another thing might be that your doves might be too big. Mine were set to 35, and the highest they go is 152. So if they're appearing where they touch the edge, touching the edge will cause them to get deleted. So if you have them starting too high, you may want to bring down the Y coordinate here. Space doves. I can just hold the button and it's just like spam. We're going to have to get rid of that ability. I think you can just put a weight. So on the rocket, when you shoot a ball, I think if you just put a weight, wait half a second, I think that will prevent. Yeah, so now you can hold it, but it only fires every half second. Any questions? Otherwise, save it, and I guess mine's saving automatically. And that's good for today. We will finish our Galaga projects next class. Hopefully you'll be here. Everybody good? Then have a good weekend, okay? All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Boo. I got a question.
What?
So, can I share my thing and just show you really quick?
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't 100% follow what you do, and that was intentional.
Okay, that's fine.
Let me know when it's
You won't
sharing.
follow. You can make different looking things, you know.
Is it sharing?
It's coming in now, yeah. Yep.
You see, so they both move, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do I get the rocks? That part I missed when you were explaining it. How the rocks come down and like go at an angle or something.
Is that supposed to be the Earth?
No, the Earth's an enemy.
Okay.
The rocks are the arrows.
The bats are an enemy too?
Yeah. Well, the bats are the good people.
Okay.
You got two good guys,
So
one bad guy.
so for the Earth, you're gonna want to just do this script. Can you take a screenshot?
Of
Oh, let me present, I guess. Do you want to stop?
yeah.
Otherwise, I can post the video and you can follow it again.
I'll just take a picture of it. I just need the rocks to fall.
So this generates the rocks. You give them hit points, you hide the original sprite, and then forever you make clones of the rock at
Yeah.
various times. This is what controls the clones. They go to a random location. I have them sized at 60, so make sure they're not so big that they touch the edge. Otherwise, they'll delete themselves.
Yeah.
So then they just need to become visible. Repeat until touching the edge. Start with that. Change the Y by -1. That'll make them move down slowly. This part here with the if makes them get hurt by the bullet. And then once it reaches the edge, you should have them delete themselves.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yep.
All right, try that. I'll post the video in case you need that. But
All right. Thank you.
yeah, have a good day.
See you. You too.
Bye.